Hi, welcome. I'm James, and with Two Guys Take on Food, and we are standing out here outside the lovely Queen Mary to do a new segment that we like to call Jim's Take on Beer.
Beer.
Jim, what are we doing here outside the Queen Mary?
Well, first of all, we're here outside of the Queen Mary because she's one of the most lovely ships to ever sail these seven seas, also one of the biggest. But what a lot of people don't know is that Indian Pale Ales, or IPAs, which is the subject of today's discussion,
Yes, it is.
were basically invented because of sailors. Picture it. You're a British sailor. You're about to go down the Cape of Good Hope. You're going, oh man, this is hard, sweaty work out here. I'd like to help myself a refreshing beer. But the thing about beer is, it's best served fresh. It doesn't really keep a lot, especially when you have variances in temperature, hot, cold, like you do going from the equator all the way down to the South Pole. So your situation is, your beer goes bad quick, you can't really put it on a ship. The angry sailors, everybody's upset. So what a very industrious person in Britain came up with was their version of the IPA at that point. It's a nascent version of it. What they did was they added a whole lot more hops and a little bit more alcohol. And the hops and the alcohol served as a form of preservative for the beer, so it lasted a whole lot longer.
Okay.
Now it ended up with a slightly more alcoholic and a lot more bitter and flavorful beer, and a lot of people actually became a fan of it. And the reason why it's called Indian Pale Ale is because it started getting brewed in India, which was a British colony at the time, for sailors that were traveling back and forth. So that's the origins of our pale ale, thanks to majestic ships like the Queen Mary. Actually a little bit earlier, but this one's a cool one too.
Well, I understand you're going to be taking us to someplace cool to try out these
Another reason why
IPAs.
we're here in Long Beach is because it's a place where a chapter of the Congregation Ale House is. Down here over in downtown Long Beach, which is just a stone's throw away past the Queen Mary over there.
Oh.
There are three Congregation Ale House chapters in Southern California. There's the one in Azusa, one in Pasadena, and one here in Long Beach. And they have a great menu for us to sample and a great set of IPAs. We're going to review three, and we're going to pair them with some food.
Sounds good.
All right.
Let's get eating.
So here are the three beers we're trying today. We're starting our Eagle Rock, which is our standard American IPA. We have our Gosh, which is our Belgian style IPA. And we have our Moylan's, which is our double or imperial style IPA. Differences being that this is probably your more average American style IPA. IPAs have gotten involved with American microbrews, and it's actually one of the more popular types of beer out there today. Belgian IPAs are actually quite new. Belgian brewers have been trying to do sort of an American-style IPA, but they're using Belgian yeasts, which make for a lighter beer and a slightly more alcoholic beer with a better finish. And this is a double IPA. Now, this is basically an IPA on turbo. It's more hoppy tasting, more bitter tasting, more kicky in your teeth. Basically, this is not your grandmother's IPA. This is for serious drinkers. Now, what we're going to go with in all of these acquired tastes is they all go with spicy foods and good old beefy, like burgery, cheesy foods. So we ordered a whole bunch of stuff to go ahead and eat with this, and we'll go with that in the next section. Thanks.
Go.
Hi. So we got our food. First of all, we have our duck bacon sausage, we have our bratwurst, and we have our hot atomic sausage. Now, the whole thing about this is that these are powerful tastes. You can't have weak food with this. You have to have something with a lot of flavor and a lot of grease or a lot of spice. We also have the sriracha ketchup with our fries over here. It's going to provide extra spice as well. Now, my recommendation is to go with a hot atomic. Go ahead and take it down with your double. There's absolutely no way that this is going to compete with this in any rational way flavor-wise, and this will really take the edge off of that heat. On this guy, I'd just go to the straight bratwurst. The Belgian ale adds a little bit more alcohol and a little bit more bitter because of the yeasts, so it actually mellows out a lot of the flavors of the bratwurst. Goes really well, and the fact that the mouthfeel of this is very light. It doesn't have a lot of that oily backwash that you get a lot from the IPA. It goes really well. Now, the duck bacon, straight up with the regular IPA. Now, this one right here has sort of like a fruity, appley finish, and it's very kind of nutty. It goes great with that apple with bacon type of smoke that's over there with that duck sausage. Just bitchin'. And fries, just go with everything. That's why it's always a side. That's the way out. Now, next week, next month, please join us as we go to the Stuffed Sandwich in St. Gabriel. They have over 800 different types of beer, and the owner prides himself as being a beer Nazi. So we're going to go ahead and try some deli meats over there, along with some great beers. Thanks so much for watching.